Hey horror fans, welcome back to Room 237. Coming at you with another collection or discussion video. So this is something I've reviewed films from already. This was in my Christmas haul video, my epic Christmas haul video. This is one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given. As far as movies go, this is my prized possession. I wanted this more than anything this past Christmas, and I am so fortunate to have it. I'm absolutely in love with it. That is, of course, the 30 film collection of the Universal Monsters. Yes, this is the DVD set, not the Blu-ray set. It is also in Blu-ray. I don't care. I'm just glad to have them. My wonderful girlfriend and her parents got together to get this for me for Christmas. The only bummer is, yeah, they got it from Amazon, so the box is a bit banged up, which I don't care about. In fact, 2 of the cases were completely destroyed, so I had to, these are all clear. I had to make my own. But that I don't care about. I'm just so glad to have all these movies in one collection. As far as my horror collection goes, this is my favorite thing, because this is my favorite era, this is my favorite genre, Universal Classic Monsters. Absolutely, this to me, this is my favorite thing of horror. Now that I've sucked this thing's dick enough, what's in it? Well, technically you get 31 movies, because you get the 30 movies on the list, but then you also get the 1931 Spanish version of Dracula, which some people deem is more superior to the Bela Lugosi one. But you get Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, Werewolf of London, the first werewolf movie, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Frankenstein, Invisible Man Returns, The Mummy's Hand, which is the first. That's the first mummy movie, like where the mummy walks like this, strangles people, covered in bandages. The original Mummy is different. It's what the Brendan Fraser one was sort of a remake of, but this one's way better. The Invisible Woman, The Wolfman, Ghost of Frankenstein, Invisible Agent, The Mummy's Tomb, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, 1943, Son of Dracula, Invisible Man's Revenge, The Mummy's Ghost, House of Frankenstein, The Mummy's Curse, House of Dracula, She-Wolf of London, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, Meet the Invisible Man, Creature from Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature, Abbott Costello Meet the Mummy, and The Creature Walks Among Us, with the 1931 Spanish version of Dracula. It would have been cool if Abbott Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was on here, but I will live with this. So yeah, even though it's banged up, you get this awesome looking box. And of course, you get the actual cases. Now, everyone, you've already seen these in my videos because I've already reviewed these. Everything on this one, I still have the Spanish one of these to do. But for Frankenstein, of course, you get the ones I just said. But if you had either the, like, obviously these are the same as the Legacy collections, whether they look like this or they're the big dark green cardboard fold-out boxes. And the reason I'm saying this is because I was doing some research, because I had the 6 film collection that like Walmart and Target always sells around Halloween, that had Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy, Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and let me do that again. Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Wolfman, and The Mummy. Yes. They all have special features too, but I recently sent that to a friend. But I wanted to make sure it had all the same features, and it does. Whether you have the 6-film set, the 8-film Universal Essentials collection, the Legacy collection, or this box set, has all the same features. So as far as Dracula goes, so yes, you get the 1931 Spanish version, the Road to Dracula documentary. You get a documentary on Bela Lugosi called Lugosi the Dark Prince. Then you get archives, an alternate score to the original film. I've listened to it. It's a lot better without music. You also get, this is really cool, on the last disc with the Spanish version, you get the documentary Universal Horror, which is a 98-minute made-for-TV documentary from 1999 about the whole Universal Horror everything. How it got started, the movies, the legacy. I haven't sat down to watch it yet, but I know that's what it is. Very excited about that. Abbott Costello Meet the Monsters, documentary on that whole series. And then you get a number of commentaries. Like this one has 3 commentaries. They all have trailers. So that's just the Dracula set. Frankenstein, you get the Frankenstein Files, How Hollywood Made a Monster, She's Alive, Creating the Bride of Frankenstein, Karloff, The Gentle Monster, all decent length documentaries. I think very least 40, 45 minutes to an hour each. Could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. Then, of course, archives, get a short film called Boo, Abbott Costello documentary, get 4 commentaries on this, and trailers. I'll do that last. Then, The Mummy. Yeah, because the first one is with Karloff. That's like with Hemotep and trying to resurrect his love. And then the rest are with Karis, the one with the bandages that strangles people. Get a documentary called fucking stutter. Mummy Dearest, great title. A Horror Tradition Unearthed documentary. He Who Made Monsters, The Life and Art of Jack Pierce, who was responsible for all this makeup. He was the Tom Savini of the 30s. Unraveling the Legacy of the Mummy, then archives, and get 2 commentaries. Then the series, I'm just as familiar with The Mummy as I am The Invisible Man, which is not much. But you get Now You See Him, The Invisible Man Revealed. You get 1 commentary by film historian Rudy Belmer, and trailers. But yeah, this is one of the few collections that I was actually gonna... Well, I'll do it after I do the Wolfman. Wolfman, you get Monster by Moonlight documentary, the Wolfman from Ancient Curse to Modern Myth, Pure in Heart, The Life and Legacy of Lon Chaney Jr. So you get like 45, maybe even hour documentaries on all these legends. Lugosi, Karloff, Jack Pierce, Chaney Jr. Jack Pierce is on this one as well. He also did the Wolfman. He did the first... I think he did the first 4 movies with the Wolfman. I know once they did Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, he got fired. And then this other guy came in. It was Bud West something. I can't remember his name. Archives, Abbott Costello, and 2 commentaries. But one thing I noticed, because these are all the common ones, this set kind of double dipped a little bit, because all 3 of these has Frankenstein meets the Wolf. Well, these two have Frankenstein meet the Wolfman, and then the three of these have House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein. So you actually have like 3 copies of the same movie. So like earlier when I said that like the box was banged up, I wasn't worried about that. What I am worried about is that some of the discs are kind of questionable. If it wasn't for that, I would just keep this set as is. Might trade it in for a better one. I just don't want the warranty to go away and then be stuck with bad discs. So I guess in that case, it wouldn't be bad to have like 3 copies of the same movie, because I watched them straight through on Frankenstein, and they all work on this one. So if those 3 movies don't work on these ones, it's not like you're missing out. I don't know if they did that just because, or just so you know, what exactly is the series for each monster. I guess it must have been cheaper that way, because it pretty much just took the old Legacy Collection DVDs and just transferred them. I don't know if it was easier or cheaper or what, but it doesn't bother me that they had the same movies on all the same discs. This one I haven't even seen yet, but that's Phantom of the Opera for 1943. You get The Opera Ghost, A Phantom Unmasked, and a commentary by film historian Scott McQueen. Not many features. And yeah, this was one of the cases that was completely destroyed. So I couldn't find a clear case, which this one you don't really need it, because these ones, has all the information for each movie. Of course, Phantom of the Opera, there's only one movie in that case, so you don't really need a clear case. But this one, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which I haven't seen the original. I know. I have seen Revenge of the Creature, because I watched it on Mystery Science Theater 3000. I didn't realize it was a sequel until I started watching it. I thought it was a completely different movie. But this, you get Back to the Black Lagoon documentary and 3 commentaries. But this one, obviously I needed a clear case again. But I also needed one with one of these. So her dad has an Xbox with a bunch of games he doesn't play, so he let me choose a clear case, which, being Creature from the Black Lagoon, it actually kind of makes sense that it's green, kind of like that. So even if it was, like say it was Dracula that was busted, I would have switched these around, so eventually this ended up with the green one. But yeah, so that's basically it. And again, I don't really care that the box is dinged up. Would be nice if it was perfect, but it's Amazon, so what can you do? I am just beyond, extremely floored to have the complete collections of all these movies. And the last thing, I should have done this first, but I didn't. And I'm sure people watching this are like, well, what the fuck? You haven't even talked about it. Getting there. You also get the original House of Horror 48-page booklet, which kind of goes into what's in like all the documentaries. You get quick little articles like on each monster, on each major actor, and you get to see the cool posters of each film, maybe some archive stuff like scripts, but really nice little collectible. The Universal logo of that time, which not always. what the 40s, they sort of had that slanted one where it went around. But yeah, there you have the complete 30 film collection of the Universal Monsters. So basically, is this worth getting? Oh, absolutely. If you're really into this, like this era, definitely you don't own any of them, or you own like the 6 film collection, or you only have a couple movies here and there, definitely worth it. Absolutely. Since, you know, the complete legacy collection of these came out a while ago separately, if you already have all of those, it might not be super worth it. You'll just get a box and a book. It might not be worth, dishing out all the money for that, because the features and the packaging is all the same. But if you don't have any, or you only have the smaller collections, like the 6 film collection, or a couple films here and there, this will be beyond worth getting. And I know a lot of people want to go to Blu-ray. Personally, I didn't give a shit, DVD or Blu-ray. I just wanted this damn thing. And even if it's banged up, I am just so still beyond happy to have this thing. I love it to death. This is, even still, like a week and a half after Christmas, I'll just walk through the living room, I'll just look at it and smile, because this is my favorite piece of horror history right here. Well, the 1930s and 40s in general is my favorite era. It used to be 80s slashers for like my whole life until I really got into these. 30s and 40s in general, but the monster movies, that's the cream of the crop. And you get the best documentaries, every film. It's worth it to get this. Abso-fucking-lutely. Universal Classic Monsters box set. And that is the cherry on the top of my horror collection. So definitely seek that out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this was informative enough. I really want to make a point about that it had all the same features as the other ones, because it stressed me out trying to figure that out. But anyway, let me know what your favorite era is, what you think of this era in the monsters and this set in particular, DVD or Blu-ray, or what sets you have. And of course, thank you for watching.